That's college football.
This is just bullshitting, you know? This is the Lyman Lounge. We go over sports and whatever else bullshit we want to talk about.
We absolutely will go off on tangents. And that was a pretty fucking good one. But I'm gonna pull us back in.
I couldn't help myself. Yeah, let's get back to college football.
Let's get back to college football. So college football upcoming this weekend, Ohio State versus Oregon. I'm very excited for that fucking game. I don't know. What is Oregon's guy's name? Ifedi or what the hell's
the defensive end?
Yes.
Clay or Thibodeau, something like that.
I don't remember his name.
Thibodeau.
Ifedi that's the guy that the Browns just signed.
Yeah, Ifedi Odenigbo, former Viking. That's the guy that the Browns just signed.
Yep. And then what is Oregon's?
Kayvon Thibodeau.
Yeah,
is the defensive end for Oregon.
Yeah, projected top 5 pick.
Yeah,
might be out for that game.
Yeah, he is looking at potentially being the number 1 overall if there's not a quarterback needy team there.
Right, which I mean, quarterbacks they've been getting pumped up at least the last 5 years. They've been fucking going way high.
Yeah.
Potentially not in that game. He's not in that. If he's not playing in that game, I'm not worried. Ohio State's gonna fucking smack Oregon.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited for that. Football. I got football running through my veins. I got college I'm excited about. I got bets. I got fucking pro football. Now, I am going to give you guys some bets, but not on college football this week. We're going to talk about NFL bets as we kind of go along and get into those.
Sure. So another thing that happened over this last weekend, Florida State, Notre Dame. Good game. Specifically, though, what we want to talk about is the quarterback for Florida State, McKenzie Milton.
Yeah. Mackenzie Milton is the college version of Alex Smith.
Yep.
This is a guy who probably should have been done. Doctors were worried he was never going to walk again without a cane.
Yeah, I think there was a potential for him to lose the leg even.
Yes, there was.
He played for UCF, yeah.
The University of Central Florida. So had arterial damage, nerve damage, almost lost the leg. They didn't think he'd ever be able to play football again, let alone walk without a cane. He comes into that game for Florida State with them trailing 18 points in the fourth quarter. I thought my bet was definitely good there. Notre Dame up 18 points going into the fourth quarter. They should have easily been able to hold on. Mackenzie Milton comes in, gives that team a massive spark, and then almost leads them to a win.
Yeah.
Which it was unlikely they were going to win that game anyways. Notre Dame is a top 10 team. I think they're probably overrated, or I severely underrated Florida State. But the fact that this kid was able to come in and lift his team up was unbelievable to see. Watching his mom in the stands crying, because she is happy and I'm sure fucking terrified of what could possibly happen to her son if he takes another bad hit.
It's one of those feel-good stories that you really love watching. You love to see it in sports, even if it's for teams that you aren't rooting for. It's one of those awesome things to see. He came out there and helped lead his team to nearly winning. I mean, they lost 41-38, but I mean the performance that he had, it was just kind of, it's inspiring, which is another one of those things with sports. Love seeing those inspiring stories, especially in today's climate where it's just lots of negativity out there in the world. It's awesome to see some of these, fonts of positivity.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can make a case that that game should not have ended when it did. And we'll kind of talk about this because when it happened, I knew that something bad was going to happen for Florida State. Florida State lines up for a 50-yard field goal. Kicker kicks the field goal. Goes through the uprights. However, Florida State's coach called the fucking timeout to review the spot of the football to move them closer. He iced his own goddamn kicker.
Oopsie whoopsie.
Kicker makes the 50-yarder. Great. You get him closer. He misses the 37-yarder.
Yeah.
And as soon as it happened, I put it on Facebook. I was like, oh, no, Florida State. Have the faith in your kid. Have the faith in your kicker to go out there and make that fucking kick. Because you know what? He did. He made the fucking 50-yarder.
Yeah.
That game probably continues on.
He shouldn't have been, like, if you're going to call the timeout to get a review on that spot, don't do it so close. Like, that should be, like, more of an immediate thing.
Exactly.
And then if it gets close and you still think, oh, maybe we should move up a little bit, at that point in time, it's like, as a coach, you should know I got to be hands off right now and let the guys do what they're going to do.
Yeah. So kickers, much like quarterbacks, can be very mercurial people. Mm-hmm. Like, when they're in a rhythm, when they're locked in, they're ready to go. And then when you get them out of that, it can really fuck them up.
Yeah. And if anything, it almost makes the pressure more because after making that kick, he's probably like, well, fuck. Now it's like, I've shown I can do it once. Now it's closer. Like, you're just creating a more pressure-filled situation there. It's rough. But, I mean, it showed some good moxie from the Seminoles there to nearly come back from behind and take that game.
Yeah, absolutely. Good on Florida State. I don't know who their new coach is, but he looked like he had those boys ready to play. Brian Kelly made an attempt at one of the worst jokes in fucking history in the postgame.
Yeah.
Saying that his players should be executed when he was trying to make a joke about execution and playing good. Brian Kelly's not a stand-up comedian. I mean, Notre Dame is going to continue on. They're still in the playoff hunt because they didn't fucking lose. I said if Notre Dame isn't going to cover my goddamn bet, they better lose, so they're out of the playoffs early. That didn't happen, but I'm not going to let that derail the excitement that I have for college football and Ohio State playing Oregon this weekend.
Mm-hmm.